Hello everyone, welcome back to the series of lectures of mathematics. In today's video lesson, I am going to discuss with you differentiation of inverse trigonometric functions. Right, we were dealing with the differentiation chapters in so many previous video lessons. Those who have not watched them, just go to the channel playlist wherein you will find all of them, and also I will be mentioning in the description below the previous lessons of this differentiation chapter. Now let's get started with the inverse trigonometric functions. Now the differentiation here, with the very beginning of the first one, differentiation of the first trigonometric ratio, that is sine inverse x. So what is the differentiation of sine inverse x? We will learn today the derivation of this sine inverse x. Okay, let me suppose the sine inverse of x as y as usual, right? So we are deriving the first trigonometric ratio here, inverse trigonometric ratio. Now let me suppose this is y, then here I can take it as x is equal to sine of y, shift it to the other side, and differentiating with respect to x, differentiating with respect to, let me take it as x, differentiating with respect to x. So here dx by x is 1, and with respect to x, d by dx of sine y here. Okay, so this is with x, so differentiating with respect to x we get 1, and d by dx of sine y is nothing but cos y. Again, since the function is not in x, we need to further do chain rule here for y. So that comes to dy by dx, applying the chain rule here. Now here we get dy by dx here. This implies dy by dx. If you shift this comes to 1 by cos y. You can write cos in terms of sine as 1 upon root 1 minus sine square y. So this in terms of x here, sine y, what we supposed here sine y as x, so that is 1 by 1 minus x square, the positive root of 1 minus. So the differentiation of sine inverse x is equals to 1 by under root 1 minus x square. So likewise we will be differentiating the other trigonometric inverse trigonometric ratios. Please make a note of this. Likewise, using the chain rule, as we have derived the differentiation of the inverse trigonometric function of sine inverse x using the chain rule, we end up with all the other trigonometric inverse trigonometric ratios likewise. Okay, see here, if you can see clearly, the differentiation of sine inverse x, as we know, is under root 1 minus x square for all x belongs to 1 minus 1 and that means the domain lies in its place. Okay, here if you are seeing the second one, that is the derivative of the cos inverse x is a negative 1 upon under root 1 minus x square. So for this formula, if you add a negative sign, you get for the differentiation of cos inverse x. Now if you want me to derive the other trigonometric ratios, you can just mention it in the comment section. Okay, I'll be doing it in another video. Here when we are seeing this, the same chain rule what we have applied for sine in, so for the derivation part the same chain rule will be applied. Okay, now when we are seeing the third one, that is the differentiation of tan inverse x, we get 1 upon 1 plus x square, but we don't have here the domain. Here the domain, here the x lies in its domain, here also x lies in its domain, but here in tan inverse x we do not have the domain as it is the entire real line. Okay, and derivative of the cot inverse x is the negative of minus 1 upon 1 by x square. Here moving on to the next one, the derivative of secant inverse x is 1 upon mod x multiplied by under root x square minus 1. Again the domain the x lies in its domain -1 and 1. Here again, the derivative of the cos inverse x is -1 upon mod x and into under root x square minus 1. The same domain repeats. Here we can see here for sine and cos inverse, and whereas for secant inverse and cosecant inverse we have the domains, but we do not have for tan inverse x and cot inverse x. And one more thing, for you to quickly remember the formulas, you can easily see that as we have mentioned in the trigonometric functions also, here when there is c here, see here for cos, cot and cosecant, when c is repeated we get a negative sign. When for cot c, isn't it, so we get a negative sign. For cosecant c, so you can remember, for you to remember easily and quickly, you can use this trick, that where for the cos, cot and cosecant, that means wherever the c is involved, we get the negative sign. If you remember the only three, that is sine inverse, tan inverse and secant inverse, you can get the other three inverse trigonometric ratios. Now moving on to, pause the video and note it down, moving on to the problem. So moving on to the exercise problems of 9b, I have picked out the sums of inverse trigonometric ratios in particular, because till the sixth problem they are only the trigonometric functions which you can easily solve it, okay. And from the seventh one we have the inverse trigonometric involved sums, okay. Here the seventh one, let me suppose this as x tan inverse x is y. So differentiating with respect to x, let us differentiate with respect to x. So there are two functions u and v, so the product rule we need to apply here. So x dy by dx tan inverse x, so the product rule I am applying here, tan inverse x here d by dx of x, okay. So that means x tan inverse x, we know that the formula is 1 upon 1 plus x square plus tan inverse x. So dx by dx is just 1. So this comes to x by 1 plus x square plus tan inverse x, right. Now moving on to the eighth problem, this is also this inverse trigonometric function. Now here there is only one function. Here we have u and v, two functions, so I have applied the product rule. Now here this is only one function. Here sine inverse of cos x. Now differentiating, let us suppose this is y, differentiating with respect to x, that is dy by dx is equal to, this is sine inverse. We know this derivative of sine inverse x is 1 upon under root 1 minus x square. So here where the x here is cos x, so 1 upon under root 1 minus cos square x here, okay. And further we have to apply the chain rule, because this is not x function, it is cos x. So further deriving d by dx of cos x, we have to derive this using the chain rule. So this comes to 1 minus 1 upon, this is sine inverse sine square x, 1 minus cos square is sine square x from the trigonometric identity, and derivative of cos x, just derivative of cos x is minus sine x. As we all know that for the derivatives of the trigonometric functions or the derivatives of the inverse trigonometric functions, just remember that when there is c involved, you get a negative sign, even in the inverse trigonometric ratios. So negative of minus sin x, this comes to minus sin x divided by square and square root goes of just sin x. So if you cancel off this, this comes to minus 1. So pause it and note it down. So the ninth problem here, log of tan of 5x. Let us suppose this as y, differentiating with respect to x, dy by dx. Since this is a log function, derivative of a log x is 1 upon x. So that is, here the x is tan 5x, okay. And further using the chain rule, we have to differentiate derivative of the tan x, tan of 5x, okay, here. So 1 upon tan of 5x, derivative of tan of 5x is secant square 5x. But here the function is not in x, but it is 5x. Further we have to do the derivative of 5x. Okay. So that comes to just 5, we get 5 secant square 5x, because the derivative of 5x is 5. 5 secant square 5x divided by tan of 5x. So we can keep it as it is, and further we can also simplify it as 5 upon, if you are changing into cos square 5x, so the reciprocal here, and this into sin 5x divided by cos upon 5x. So cancelling of one cos here, you get 5 divided by cos of 5x and sin 5x. To further simplify, we can multiply and divide with 2. Okay, 2 cos 5x sin 5x. So that comes to 10 upon sine of 2 5x. So that comes to 10 upon sine 10x. Okay, so this is 2 sine a cos a. So sine 2a. So this we can write it as 10. Here 1 upon sine is cosecant 10x. So we can further simplify it like this. The derivative of log of 5x is 10 cosecant 10x. Now moving on to the 10th problem. Actually this problem is not involving the inverse trigonometric, but it is there in the exercise here. Now the 10th problem, it is having the inverse trigonometric function. So let me suppose this as y. So derivating with respect to x comes to tan inverse. So the derivative of tan, we know the derivative of tan inverse x equals to 1 upon 1 plus x square, where the domain lies on the real line. Okay, here. So here the x is log. So 1 upon 1 plus log x. Okay, 1 plus x square. So x is this one. So square. Again, since we have to apply the chain rule, derivative of d by dx of log x here. So that comes to here 1 upon 1 plus log x whole square multiplied by 1 by x. So that comes to 1 upon x into 1 plus log x whole square. Right. So this is the derivative of the tan inverse of log x. So I have taken it as y, differentiating with respect to x. So 1 plus x square, where x is log x. Again derivating the log x. So log x is just 1 by x. Here 1 plus x square. Multiplying both of them, we get the derivative of the inverse trigonometric ratio. So these are the few problems in the exercise 9b. Let us see a few more problems of this inverse trigonometric ratios in the next class, and also we'll switch over to the hyperbolic functions. Okay, thank you all.